Our pinky up reverse fly is a strength move primarily targeting that rear delt, or the back portion of our shoulder. It is similar to a normal bent reverse fly, except our hand positioning is slightly different on this, which is going to target more of just that rear delt and less of that rear delt, traps, and upper back like we would get on a normal bent reverse fly. Starting position for this one, we're going to grab those weights. You're going to typically want a little lighter weight than you would do on a normal bent reverse fly because it's typically a little bit harder here, not engaging our traps and our upper back as much. We're going to grab those weights. We're going to hinge on over, legs slightly bent, back nice and straight here. Those weights are going to be right underneath of the chest. Palms are going to be facing back towards me, so my pinkies are going to be facing out to my sides here. I'm going to keep that same hand position, focus on my pinkies going up nice and high as I come straight out and up at shoulder height. Arms are staying slightly bent here. They're not dead straight, coming nice and wide up here as I lead with my elbows and my pinkies up towards the ceiling, nice and controlled, up and back down. Most common mistake by far on this exercise is turning it into a wide bent over row. So this is what that wide bent over row looks like. This is by far the most common mistake. So what I see a lot of people do is they're going to start bending the arms and thinking this is a wide bent over row that's working more of my upper back. Remember for this one, arms are slightly bent and we're keeping that same bend in them throughout that entire movement. I'm not bending them more as I lead with my elbows. I'm coming out nice and wide and keeping that same bend in them. That way I'm focusing on pulling up and back with the rear delts and slightly my upper back, not bending the arms and leading with the elbows and contracting so much in between the shoulder blades. Another most common mistake made on this one is not keeping that back nice and straight. Make sure when you hinge on over, those legs are slightly bent, that back is nice and straight. We're not rounding. This is where a mirror comes in really handy. Stand next to a mirror, make sure you can get over and you can make sure you can keep that back nice and straight and keep in that good position with that torso and hold it throughout that entire movement. Another common mistake here is turning in these to a normal reverse fly. Make sure that hand position is different. That normal reverse fly, those palms are facing each other as we lead with the back of the hands towards the ceiling. This one, we are rotating, thumbs are facing the floor, pinkies are facing the ceiling as we come out nice and wide. Slow this exercise down, drop down to a lighter weight, get comfortable with it, get comfortable with feeling that muscle group right back here in the back of the shoulders, squeeze at the top on this one, and then start progressing up in weight as you get better and more proficient with that movement.